That is what I was expecting him to say. There's Rex and D. Wood. D. Wood, your thoughts?
I think Tom hit it right on the head. When you talk about the unprecedented success of the Patriots dynasty, they'll be forever linked. And I know everyone's talked about this season. Now that they're apart, who was the one that really should get the kudos for the success, Bill or Tom? You can't separate one without the other. Bill is the ultimate head coach. I played under Bill. He's the greatest head coach in sports history. And Tom, even developed by Bill, but he's the ultimate quarterback, the ultimate competitor. He just found a way to win games in the clutch. So I just can't separate the two when it talks about the Patriots dynasty.
Yeah, Rex, we did not expect him to, for lack of a better word, blast Belichick here, and he certainly seems not to be. I assume that doesn't surprise you at all.
No, it doesn't surprise me, Grady. And when I look at it is, look, this was, and it seems crazy, but this was the perfect marriage between a quarterback and a coach. And this doesn't feel like a divorce. It feels like a separation, because at the end of the day, they're coming back together, and Brady will retire a Patriot, and he'll be there with Belichick. So to me, you have 20 years. These two accomplished something no other combination has ever accomplished, and never will, in my opinion. So to me, they're spectacular together. We're going to see how they are apart. I think they're both going to be successful. I think Brady, in my opinion, is going to have more success early. Because I don't think that roster in New England is very good. But Belichick is a great coach. I just think that this is a year they take a step back. But Brady and Belichick, to me, will always be linked together, regardless of the success that Brady has moving forward or Belichick has moving forward.
Yeah, that is likely right. And Domonique, I have as well here, Domonique Foxworth. And, you hear Brady saying, I feel that I would never have accomplished everything I did without him, and I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. I don't think that's ever been in question with Brady. We've never had reason to believe Brady didn't believe that. I guess there's been some times where we've wondered if Belichick viewed it that way. Maybe that's the one part of this that keeps jumping out at me.
It's funny because Belichick has never said anything that makes us believe that, but we have seen him coach around missing Brady in the past and have some success. So I think that we kind of project that on him, and everyone kind of thought in the past, or it's been reported, that the Belichick and Garoppolo situation, or the Brady-Garoppolo situation, Belichick wanted to go with Garoppolo. So it suggests, there are suggestions out there that Belichick thinks he could do better or do well without Brady in a way that Brady's never necessarily suggested. I guess him moving down to Tampa suggests that maybe he believes that he can succeed without Belichick, but it felt more like Belichick was pushing Brady out the door if we had to pick one. I know it's not literally what's happening, but it felt like Belichick was ready to move on well before Brady was. So I think that's why we've come to that conclusion. Whether it's true or not, none of us really know, but I do think that they both are looking forward to this opportunity to prove how good they can be separate from each other. I think it's human nature to want to kind of establish your success separate from someone else that you've had success with up until now, especially when the conversation is about who is the reason why. I know that Brady would say that they can't do it without each other, but I'm sure they both want to know how good they can do without each other.
Yeah, and Rex, you and Bill, the way you talk about your own players when you were coaching could not be more opposite. When you had an historically great player in Darrelle Revis, you loved talking about it. You loved talking practically every day about how great a player he was. With Belichick, sometimes it felt like he almost had to be dragged into praising his quarterback. And I don't know that has as much to do with the personality, the relationship between the two of them, as it just does with Belichick's personality. That I think is how he views a coach-player relationship, regardless of how good that player is. Is that the way you see it?
Well, the way I see it is Belichick would always play to his own personality. And that's where he found success, and he'll never change. Okay, to say my personality, I was way different. But for me to try to do it Belichick's way, I would have fallen on my face like many of his assistants have. So to me, he's just being true to himself. Privately, I can promise you, and in front of me and everybody else, I've heard way different things, from Belichick. Like, he knows how good Tom Brady is, all right? And so to me, there's always that. We don't know what he says privately, but rest assured, he knows how good Tom Brady is. But I think it's just his personality. He's had success this certain way, and he's always going to do that, and he always has his entire coaching career. So don't expect him ever to change.
Damien Woody, I'll give you a final thought on this here. Again, those two guys, they accomplished more together than any two football people ever have before. And here's Brady talking about it, and a little more openly than he generally does. You were there at the beginning. What did you hear there?
Well, listen, of course he's going to be very complimentary of the guy they went to 9 Super Bowls and won 6. He's going to be that way. But make no mistake about it. You're talking about two alpha males in Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And with all the success that they've had, don't think that in their mind at any point, particularly towards the end of this thing, that they haven't wondered, you know what? I want to see what I can do without this guy, because that's what real competitors do.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.